G7 summit kicks off today in Canada. President Trump is there along with leaders from other countries, but the annual summit is, of course, being overshadowed by this escalating conflict in the Middle East. CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes is joining us from Calgary, Canada, where the event will kick off today. So Nancy, good to see you. There's been some back and forth from the White House about how much the United States knew about Israel's strikes on Iran. We saw Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, immediately tweet that sort of, hey, we're in the dark just as much as everybody else, but signals from President Trump have been very different. What have we learned from the White House as the summit begins today?
Hey, Vlad, good to see you. Yeah, the White House has been a little circumspect about what exactly they knew about this attack in advance. They just continued to say that they were not involved. We do know, however, that once Israel began striking Iran on Thursday night, that the president was informed by Israel that the Israelis had an opportunity to take out Iran's supreme leader. And according to two U.S. officials, President Trump advised Israel not to go ahead with that kind of attack. Apparently, he felt that that would be too dangerous. I should note that the Israelis dispute this. They say that that never happened. But nevertheless, that's what we're hearing from the American side. Now, the White House has confirmed that they are helping the Israelis to defend themselves against some of the strikes that are coming from Iran. And as far as the president is concerned, he has both said that the two sides may need to fight it out for a while, and he has also said in the same breath that that he thinks a deal will come together soon. So as you said, Vlad, that's sure to be the main topic of conversation between the leaders of the world's major democracies here in Canada over the next couple of days.
Yeah, the president, we just put up that Truth Social post complaining that he does a lot and that he never gets any credit for it. So the question is, of course, Nancy, with the Middle East engulfed in flames, with this war between the Ukrainians and the Russians showing no end in sight, with an uncertain future with regards to the tariffs, what's on the agenda at the G7?
I think you just laid it out perfectly. It's Ukraine, it's the Middle East, and it's tariffs. And this will be a very interesting 2 days as far as tariffs are concerned, because you've got the leaders of all these major nations. They're all trying to cut trade deals with the United States simultaneously. They will want to advance their agenda while they're here at the G7, try to take advantage of that face-to-face time with President Trump. In fact, he's going to be meeting with the Prime Minister of Canada to discuss that trade deal this morning.
All right, Nancy Cordes for us, reporting from Calgary, Canada, the site of the G7 later this morning. Thank you, Nancy.